don't know how to tell you this, but Food Court, the movie podcast, and Twitch stream where Sean
And Michael.
watch shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Sean. How are you?
Hello, Sean. I'm doing good. I'm doing actually really well.
That's great.
And this is just a lowdown. You, the watcher and / listener, may be thinking, where is John?
John. Oh, the third
John
host.
Burr, the third host.
I mean, second host.
Yeah, first host.
He's
host?
the original host.
Yeah. He was on the show before I was even on it, just alone, just going, god damn it,
movies.
I hate even my favorite movies. God damn it.
He was like that.
He is like that. We don't know what happened to him, but he has died. Or he may just be having bad. He may be sick, or he may be fine.
It's hard to say. You never know.
We're waiting to find out. If we get any updates during the podcast, we will let you know.
We know there was a lot of blood. 7 other people are dead, and food.
Yeah.
There's food everywhere. He was bringing food home.
2 dogs are not dead, but they're sick. They don't feel good. They have like a slight cough.
Yeah, I'm worried.
He
about
wouldn't
them.
kill dogs. That would be bad.
Those dogs have whooping cough. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh,
Those
dear.
dogs. We're talking tonight about the game. We're nearly, thank God, at the end of Manksgiving Ranksgiving.
I know. I am exhausted and I want to stop.
Michael, I like David Fincher a whole lot. I mean, he's one of my favorite filmmakers, genuinely.
Wow.
But I do not want to watch any more of his movies. I'm just tired of it.
Well, bad news. We got one left.
But we got one more. So it's actually probably my favorite one, so I'll be able to handle it.
Well, that's
But I'm
good.
just tired of it.
I have to say, I'm extremely tired of it. And many times during this journey, I have questioned if I even like his movies, like him
Do you
as a
hate his
person.
movies?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
don't-
What do you hate about him as a person?
His skin.
The color or the
tint.
the tint?
It's so
like
green,
greenish?
yeah. Just like his movies. He's a green man.
Do you think? I mean, his movies came out before The Matrix. Do you think his movies take place in The Matrix?
Yes.
I have often wondered that if they're like, are his movies inside The Matrix?
I hope so. It feels like it. They feel Matrixy.
Like the game,
Oh,
spoiler alert, is a little absurd.
very.
But if it's inside of The Matrix, it's like, wow, they can do fucking anything in The Matrix.
Yeah, they can just go.
Maybe Sean Penn is an agent.
Ooh.
You ever think about that?
I did think about
Michael?
that. During this movie, I went, I think Sean Penn might be an agent. I know this doesn't apply to this movie or like anything, but
Hello, Mr. Van Orton.
That's a crazy name.
Van Orton.
It's a very rich person. name.
Nicholas Van Orton.
I did think, like, while I was watching this, I was like, this could probably just be called Bored Rich People, the movie. It's just
Yeah.
like, well, what do we do now with life?
Let's spend a few $1 million.
Yeah.
It seems like it would have to be a few $1 million, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, our kill donkey, Anna Sue Cool, said IDK. I thought it was pretty realistic. And since it's text, I can't tell if they're joking or not, but I'm going to go with they're not.
And we got served. I don't know how to tell you this, Michael, but that's a big oops that you got.
Yeah.
You just got oopsed.
I got oopsed.
Oops, you did it again.
Oh, you know who got oopsed? Michael D. Michael Douglas.
Michael D. Douglas.
Michael D. Ugglas.
More like Michael D. Uglies. Okay. Before we get too deep, I got to talk about some important things.
Yes.
One, we got a new review.
Oh my gosh. Are you going to read
There
it?
was one that was really good and it was really long, and I won't read that one. But it said many nice things, and I was so happy to see it.
Ugh.
And we love every review you write,
Yes.
even if it's this one, which was very cruel to both you and I, Michael. So here we go. This was the review. This is the title and then the text.
Okay.
The title was John Burr is real good. And the text of the review was other people also host this podcast. Which is such a good burn.
Oh, that's great.
Because it's like a real, it's not passive aggressive.
Yes.
But it's just like a real laid back burn. It's like other people also host this podcast.
It's just
they exist,
but they don't add anything at all.
John Burr is real good.
Yeah.
So know that going in. Mm-hmm. John Burr, one of 3 hosts of this, is real good.
Real good. And if he is not on, you should probably stop watching, stop listening. And
No, Michael, follow up. There are other people to host the show when he's not on.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
But we have there's no opinions about them. But there are.
They are on
people.
there.
And I've never felt more honored than to be just another person.
Oh, it's nice. It's nice. In every other area of my life, people are just like applauding me. They're saying how great I am.
You've done something so special, Michael. Everything you do is so wonderful and beautiful. You are
beautiful.
A race, I can tell. I'm guessing. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. I hope I didn't make a big oops and say that you're a race when you're not a race.
No, I'm definitely.
If you're white, that's okay. It's not great. We will take back this honor if you are. But we'll give you 40% of this honor.
I think you should give me 50. At least 50%. Come on.
We'll give you 51%.
Oh, thank you.
Of this Velveeta gift card. Good for any amount of Velveeta at any store up to $10. $10 worth of Velveeta is a lot.
This is perfect for me. When I sat down to watch the game, I cracked open my Velveeta box, peeled open the aluminum casing, and just started squeezing that tube into my mouth.
Wow.
It was great.
I didn't know this podcast was going to be so sexy, but it is.
It is called Food Court after all, and I'm guilty as charged. All right? Okay.
Of food?
Of food.
You're guilty of food.
I'm guilty.
Michael, we watched the game.
Yes. Well, we watched the movie. I
don't know if we even mentioned that. We watched the movie, The Game. We didn't watch like a sporting event. We watched a feature film from 1997 called The Game.
Yes.
Starring Mikey Duggs.
Mm-hmm. He's in it.
And Shawnee Penn's.
And other people. And
is there anybody else exciting? Oh, Deborah Unger.
Deborah Unger. Well, hey, Sean, I feel like we need to address something that the Kill Donkeys have just said.
Something already happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gary Off the Grid, longtime friend and fan of the show.
Former co-host.
Former co-host.
You can go back and listen to us talk about Aladdin and Dumbo.
Dumbo. I was on that one. That's great. But he said nice tucks. And I think that is the kind of energy we need to bring this show into whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Whatever. Just
high gear.
Yeah, sure.
Gary, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For saying that.
On his behalf, you're welcome, Sean.
You're welcome. Okay, we talked about it. We're talking about it. Let's talk about the game. I'm going to do the plot.
Please.
Because I don't think I can even do it. And I know that if you tried to do it, Michael, it would be a real mess.
Oh, a mess. Yeah, no.
And I know that I will get about halfway through it and go, wait, I don't think that happened then. At least 35 times. Because many scenes happen in many spaces. But sometimes there are mirror scenes in the same space. And sometimes there are like, okay, well, we're back at the place we were before, but it's 10 hours later and it looks different. And so there, just know going in, I will spoil a lot of things and I will not get most of the details right.
Perfect.
But the main plot is Nicholas Van Orton. He is played by Michael Douglas and he is a rich
bitch.
Rich bitch, yes. He's a rich girl. He's just a bored, angry,
lonely.
But it's weird because he is like clearly very, very angry, but in like a very quiet way. He's just so disgusted by almost everyone around him except his housekeeper. Yeah. Like he's like mildly nice to his housekeeper, but other than that, he's just so furious.
Yeah.
All the time. He there's one point very early on where his secretary says, no, wait. Yes. His secretary says Elizabeth called, and then his assistant says, your wife. And he says, I know who it is. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just a rich, disaffected man who is trying his best to feel nothing. He has, through, a series of misadventures,
Yes.
his father killed himself by jumping off of their house.
Just right off, yep.
The house which he, for some reason, still lives in.
I couldn't do
which
it.
is, man, I could not.
I'd be, especially if I was rich, I'd be way out of there. I'd be like,
yeah.
Please.
And especially since it's like he like jumped off the top of the house into the driveway.
Yeah.
So like every time you're driving up the driveway, you're like, oh, there's the exact spot where my father jumped off this building and died.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's really bad. And also his wife has left him. He's sad in general. He deserves to be left, but still. And it is his birthday.
Happy birthday.
And people say happy birthday, and I tried to count, but I'm not sure I got there. I think he says thank you never. I don't think he ever once says thank you to anyone who says happy birthday.
No, he just ignores it. Even the maid, he just like kind of goes and so.
Happy birthday, Mr. Van Orton. Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a cupcake. So what happens is he is visited on his birthday by his wonderful brother Sean Penn, playing Conrad Von Orton. Conrad Van Orton. And his brother is he's the redheaded stepchild. He is the black sheep of the family. He is the drug addict. He still smokes. And he seems to be much younger than Michael Douglas.
Seems like it.
Like 10 years younger?
Probably 11, I would say.
Maybe 11 years younger than him. But they meet at lunch, and, Conrad's having a great time. He's happy. He gives his brother a present, which is a gift that is mysterious. It says CRS, which stands for something I don't remember.
Christian Rock Services.
Stands for Conrad Realizes Stuff. And he just invites people over and he says, hey, I'm Conrad. I just realized.
Stuff.
And that's stuff. Wait, consumer. No.
Oh, yeah. It's recreational services.
Yes.
Is it consumer recreational services?
I'm going to go with that. Consumer recreational services. It might be. If it isn't, we'll never know. Actually, if it isn't, tweet at us at Food Podcast. We love to hear when we're wrong. And we're wrong a lot.
And I also love to interrupt you with an update from the Kill Donkeys.
Oh, it's hot time in the chat tonight.
Anna Sukul said, I wonder where she got the cupcake. Did she make a single cupcake? Did she take the remaining 11 back to her tiny house with her? I hope so. All 11.
For dealing with him and the family, it seems like a probably pretty depressing family. If there's like a very distant, sad old man who like the one story she tells about him is how sometimes he would just be in a room and you wouldn't even notice that he was in the room. He's like so slight that he just did. It's like a crazy story.
Dang.
And then he kills himself. And then you have to deal with his justifiably completely fucked up son.
Yeah.
And another even more fucked up. Or maybe Conrad is fucked up in the exact right way. Like he goes super fucking crazy on meth. And then he cleans up eventually. Whereas his other brother has just completely denied all feelings.
Yeah,
repressed. And it's like, me, I'm fine. Every moment I drive home, I think about my father's death, but that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not deeply troubling.
All my memories are old-timey footage from an impossible perspective. It's awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
But all that to say, she deserved those cupcakes, and I can see her sitting in her little house, unwrapping each one. I said happy birthday to you.
Maybe she froze 10 of them, ate one of them.
True.
Can you unfreeze a cake? I don't want to ask, and I don't want to know. I take it back. Okay, so let's get to this plot. He gets a gift, and right at this moment, and this is a great moment, we see what in any regular thriller would be like a spooky part where like people show up behind Nicholas Van Orton. You see like people in white come up behind him, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? And it is just people there to sing him happy birthday, which is wonderful.
Oh, it's great.
Because he is like, of all people, we already know he is the last person on earth who wants to be recognized.
Exactly.
For having his birthday. Like, he doesn't want people to look at him, and he definitely doesn't want like 7 people kind of poorly singing happy birthday to him.
And he hates,
and it's so good.
He hates surprises, which makes sense as well.
Yeah, he does hate surprises. Oh man, this is the worst gift for him. To give him a game that like completely upends his life is a really bad gift for him. So the game that he receives, he has to go to this crazy building, and they give him a test. There's this dude who is a goofball, and he's like eating Chinese food, and he's just ridiculous. Who plays that guy?
It's that
guy. James Rebhorn is his name.
I've seen him.
He's kind of a skinny ball dude. He's like he's one of those that guys where he's definitely been in 75 movies that I've seen, but I don't remember which ones.
Yeah.
So he takes a bunch of tests, and they tell him, "Oh, you didn't get it. Sorry, you don't get to do it."
Sorry.
But later we find out that he actually is in the game, and everything is part of the game. There's a weird clown. There's a bunch of keys. You have to have the keys for some reason, and sometimes they fit into holes, and you can turn the key. And they kind of abandon the keys eventually, but that doesn't matter because it's not entirely about plausibility. It's just about having a great time.
Yeah, kind of.
And kind of having a bad great time.
Yeah.
Let's say we're about probably 30 minutes in the movie now, because he's been doing the game, and he plays racquetball at some point.
Yep.
And you know what? This game is fucking weird.
Very.
They have a lot of power, and they are in his house. They can see him, and the TV can talk to him. We don't know why or how, but somehow the TV can talk to him. And the game gets fucking weird, Michael.
It sure does.
It gets really weird. He gets a waitress fired, and he follows her pretty much everywhere. Yeah. Somehow they end up finding a sick man. He gets sick on the street in front of them, and they get taken to the hospital. And then the hospital turns out is just some CRS bullshit. They turn off all the lights. It's spooky as hell.
Everybody just runs away.
Yeah, they run away.
Crazy.
They run so fast that there's a wheelchair that slowly wheels by, and then there's a stretcher that wheels, and it like hits something. It goes like thud against a wall. That's good. And they find an elevator, and the key turns on the elevator.
Yeah.
And there's like a weird side plot that doesn't entirely I don't get why it's there entirely.
Yeah.
It's just maybe a person to have another scene with, is the whole point, I guess. There's this man named Bear who owns a publishing company, and Nick has to fire him, even though he's doing pretty good, but he's not doing quite as good as he said he was. And Nick is a evil capitalist.
Yep.
And like most evil capitalists, he wants to destroy anything that is sweet and good in this world. And Bear seems very kind, even though he's very sinister in Eastern Promises.
Ooh.
He's very, very sweet in this movie. And then, as Nicholas is trying to hand him his papers to say, "You are fired," he finds out that his briefcase won't open. And this may actually be earlier. I don't remember.
It is.
It is earlier.
It's okay.
I knew that because all of it, the order of things happening is not necessarily important because it's like not like they pile upon each other and begin to make more sense. Like there is eventually rising tension because like eventually we get to guns and shit.
Yeah, it gets
but before
crazy.
that, it is like just weird shit happens, spooky shit. At some point, he's back at his house, right? Isn't that now?
He gets there. Yeah.
He gets back at his house,
Mm-hmm.
and there's even more crazy shit at his
Oh,
house,
it's nuts.
like blacklight shit. And they play, for some reason, there's like graffiti and blacklight shit, but
Mm-hmm.
also Jefferson Airplane
Yeah.
playing the White Rabbit song, which I like that song, but
Oh,
I don't know how that fits into the general hip hop
I
vibe.
guess they're just like, these people are outlaws. They're wild.
This is crazy.
I will say that that singer is incredible, but no matter how low I turned down my TV, it was still too loud. It was just like, oh, yeah. I was like,
Grace something.
sorry.
I think her name is Grace.
Sorry, Grace. Anyways,
Grace?
he's
Okay.
in the house.
What happens next, Michael?
He's like looking around the house and shit is fucked the fuck up. And
Yeah.
he calls the police.
Yes.
And then you take over because I don't remember.
I don't remember what happens next. Okay, wait, no. Wait, no, I do know what happens next.
Tell me.
They go down to CRS and we're like, we're going to shut your shit down, except there's nobody fucking
Yeah,
there.
they moved out.
They moved out. And then more crazy shit happens. I'm going to say next, and I don't think this is true, but I'm going to say next, they get in a taxi cab and it goes into the water.
Oh,
and he gets spelunked.
that part is crazy, and he realizes that the like name of the taxi company is CRS. I was like, that's crazy.
It's like, you guys, your ruse is silly.
Very.
But they also picked the like most generic evil guy. It's like this dude who is in, he's in Braveheart and he's in lots of things, and he has these creepy scars that look like a weird smiley face, or almost makes him look like a kitty cat.
Yeah.
Where it has like the weird kitty cat face.
Kitty cat face.
And he plays a bad guy in almost everything.
Yeah, I've
just because
seen
he
him.
has face scars.
But
which is unfair.
I'm glad he's getting work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any. I mean, I have like one face scar, but I'm not getting any work.
Yeah.
So
more scars, please.
Hollywood, if you're listening, I'm willing to disfigure my face. Just please let me be in the game too.
Yeah.
Nick's back in action.
He got the game too.
He got the game. And he's underwater and he saves himself because earlier, for some reason, he kept his handle.
Yep.
That was in a thing. He meets. Oh wait, we didn't talk about. I didn't talk about. This is my fault. I didn't talk about this waitress.
Oh yeah. Well, you talked about her, but you didn't go
a little bit.
Yeah.
He is into this waitress, and she is being sexy on purpose, and we know it's a trick. We can tell it's a trick.
So
she takes off her shirt. Who on earth takes off their shirt if they're not trying to trick you? It's all a trap.
No one I've met.
If some lady, this is for anybody listening, fellas, ladies, anybody in between. If a lady takes off their shirt and they're wearing a red bra,
it's a trick.
You are part of an elaborate ruse, and you need to not trust them.
Yeah.
But the thing, like, sort of the whole point of this game is that it's just 1,000 double crosses.
Yeah.
Like, every new thing is a new thing. There's like, okay, wait, this waitress is part of it? Wait, she's just a small part of it. Wait, actually, she's a big part of it. Oh, wow. And after he gets out of the water, does he go to her house? Is that what happens next?
Yeah. But
I think
it's
so.
like a day later. There's a lot. It's weird. The tension like rises and then just kind of like, okay, let me try to figure this out. Rises. Okay. Let me try.
I think at this moment he goes to her house and he realizes that everything in her house is bullshit. There's fake pictures. There's fake books. I mean, I don't honestly see the importance of making fake books.
Yeah.
Like, okay, one, nobody reads. We already know that. We're idiots. We don't know how to read. Two, is it cheaper to buy like 1/4 of a book than it is to buy an entire book? It seems like buying the front of a bunch of books or like stapling a bunch of books together and then cutting the back half off is more work
it seems...
than just going down to the used bookstore and buying 100 books from their dollar bin and just tossing them on the shelf.
don't even think in movies they use that. I think that you just use real
No,
books.
it's just real books. The entire movie is implausible. No, it's. I mean, of course it is, but we don't care. We're watching a movie. We love it.
Oh, I was totally sucked in. I was like, what?
Oh fuck!
There's no
I
water?
will say, even though there's all bullshit in this, but it's good.
Yeah,
It's good
I
bullshit.
love it.
Like the one piece of really good bullshit is he sees the lamp smoking.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck is this fucking lamp smoking? And there's just a sale tag on it.
Yeah.
It's just like a price tag that is slowly burning. And he's like, why would there be? He doesn't say this, but we think with him, why would there be
a price tag?
This must be part of
the game.
The titular game. And then CRS starts shooting at them.
It's crazy.
It has gone really bad, and we've realized it's real fucked. They get to the gas station. They have escaped. He and the hot lady, who is bad or maybe not bad, we're still not sure.
I don't know.
But we assume she's bad. They're at the gas station, and all of his accounts have been drained.
Or
He's talked to every. Ooh, yes. Then we get to his cabin, and we find out, or have they? And then, as he's drugged, we find out they have been, but not the time before, but this time.
Now.
Because as he was calling on the phone, he was saying his codes, and now they have his codes.
His codes.
And he's been drugged. I will say, this is probably way too early to get in my low main, but I'm going to drop it in here right now because it's a quick one. When he is drugged, he like knocks over a table and a chessboard falls over, and it just seems a little on the nose.
Yeah.
Like, why did he have to knock over a chessboard in this movie called The Game?
There's a game.
It's a little much.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's drugged, and he wakes up in Mexico.
That was crazy.
Yeah, he wakes up dead in Mexico in a coffin.
Who hasn't?
And he goes to the consulate or the embassy, and they let him back in America because he has a gold watch.
Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing it's a part of his grieving and letting go process because he has to let go of this watch that was tethering him to his father's memory.
That was his father's watch.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Heavy shit.
I just put that together.
Really?
The game is still afoot.
The game is afoot. So he's back in America. And is this where he's figuring out shit again?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's always figuring out shit.
He's like, I'm a really great detective. I'm gonna find out where that guy was who was eating Chinese food, and he told me where the Chinese food was, and I'm going to the Chinese food place. And luckily, he's an actor who's been on one commercial, so his picture is on the wall. And he grabs the picture. He calls their agent. They lead him to a zoo. Really bad agent.
Yeah.
If you're listening, my agent, don't tell anyone
where I am.
Where I
with
am
my family.
Yes. And Nicholas holds a gun up to this man who's with his kids, and the kids miraculously disappear. We don't know where they go. My guess is that Nicholas has shot them both in the head in front of this man. And so they go to CRS, which is in the same building but on a different floor.
Brilliant.
Which is a good bit.
Brilliant.
Really good bit. And they go, and Fincher talks about this in the commentary, but they go into this cafeteria, which feels like Blazing Saddles, because it's one of there's like everybody in the movie is in this cafeteria, and there's like a construction worker, and like everybody from the Village People is in there. It's just like every character is in there, hanging out, smoking, and they all look up, and one guy gets scared and runs away, which is the right thing to do, and everybody else is just kind of dumbfounded. And once again, people shoot at them. He finds the lady again, because the lady is really, he's most mad at her because she's caused the most trouble in his life. And they get shot at. They get quotes shot at.
Yes.
Who knows?
Are they real bullets?
And are they? But we don't know. And they somehow end up on a roof. We don't know how, but they run away and end up on a roof. And you know what happens then?
I didn't watch the movie.
They realize that this gun
is real.
Is a the game gun. Every other gun is like the game gun.
Yeah, and she flips.
We don't know. Earlier, he shoots a gun and it blows out a tire of a car, and there's no way to explain how one and one. Listen, I don't even care how those are different. But he's got a special gun that is his own gun that they quote didn't find, wink. And she's like, don't shoot. Please don't shoot me, especially, but also don't shoot anybody coming behind that door because it is your brother and this is your birthday celebration. And so just get ready for this shit and you're going to love it. So just even if you waited 7 seconds to shoot, just to look at the person and go, is that my brother or not?
I always,
which is like the best thing to do.
Anytime I have a gun and I'm in that kind of situation, I always at least see who I'm killing. It's just important for other reasons.
Do like a reverse policeman where instead of just shooting the moment you see any person at all that you think might potentially be slightly scary to you
just
at all,
to even just take a breath.
Don't shoot them. Yeah, just even go. And then
shoot them.
Kill that unknown person. Who comes out from behind that door?
Don't tell me it's Sean Penn with a champagne
bottle. It is Sean Penn with a champagne bottle, and he gets shot in the damn stomach, and he dies.
Straight up.
And Mikey Duggs is sad, as you would be if you killed your own brother. Even if you are the type of man who tries to push away your feelings, this has been a rough time, and you are finally able to access your feelings.
Yeah, because he's snapped. Fully.
Yeah. He's, completely snapped, and he says, you know what? This is it. Like father, like son. I'm going to do a little swan dive off the top of this building. And so he does. And the swan dive is a big hero.
It's
one of my favorite parts.
Beautiful scene.
It's beautiful. He's like floating down. The building is very green. It kind of reminds me of the opening of North by Northwest, kind of Saul Bass, like lines, lots of like pointy lines, and he's floating by the lines.
He sees memories of his dad and him.
He sees, really depressing time. And he luckily hits like the 1/4 inch of spot to safely hit a big bag, a big like I don't know what those are even called. Thing. Yeah, inflatable things that catch you when you jump off a thing. Bags.
Yeah.
And he is safe.
And it's breakaway glass.
Yes, it's breakaway glass. And they sweep it off him gently. Spike Jonze, director Spike Jonze is there sweeping, asking to get his pulse. Yeah,
I didn't realize.
He's there.
That's funny.
Yep. It's just fresh off of whatever
weird
like skate video he directed. He was like, okay, let me get in this feature film.
Sure.
He probably like took off the old lady makeup from Jackass and then just immediately walked into the show.
Mind if I sweep some glass off? Stupid.
And it all turns out, oh wait, no, this is a great bit. The Conrad comes back up. He is, in fact, not dead.
He's not dead.
And he has a shirt that says, wait, what does it say? I got drugged and left in Mexico for dead, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Something like that. Funny. It's like too many words for the shirt, but like the just right amount of too many words.
It's pretty funny.
And it's good. It's a good bit. And for some reason, this is okay, and I will ask this as a discussion question.
Are we discussing in this episode?
We should, right?
I guess so.
I mean, we're like halfway through, and we've only plotted, but we can discuss. Okay. There is a lot of plot.
There is,
and you have to give that to me.
I will.
Okay. Thank you. So he has committed suicide effectively.
Yeah, it's insane.
Michael, if you were driven to suicide, and then it turns out you hadn't committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
Would it take you a minute and a half to stop crying, or would it take longer than that?
Oh my.
I'll answer first, give you a second to think.
Please.
For me, if I was driven to suicide, I probably would not be happy that fast.
No.
But I will say this. I've heard many times that, like, many people who have attempted suicide but survived have gone, like, during the act have gone, oh no, I really fucked up. I shouldn't have tried to kill myself.
Ooh.
So, it is possible that as he was jumping, he went, this was not a good idea.
Yeah.
And when he survived, he went, okay, this actually worked out well. But I think, and I will let you also respond, I think I would be like, I'm pissed off at everybody in this fucking room.
Oh.
Why did you put me through this bullshit?
I think I would full on have one of those, like, you see them on the internet type, like, people would have pulled, they didn't have phones back then like this, but if they did, people would have been recording me having a full, just hysterical scream, cry, like, not, my sense of logic would have left my body and just, I would have been lost in chaos. And I don't think I would have enjoyed the party. But
I don't think I would.
If they broke out a cheesecake, okay, I'd be fine. Okay.
This is a follow-up thought. Sometimes when you have been pranked, and I've never been pranked this well, but sometimes when I have been pranked and scared or like spooked or whatever, I go, I've been got and I had a great time. And maybe this is just like a really extreme version of that. And I guess that is sort of the point of the story, is that this is a really extreme version of that. And it like unlocks all of your hidden potential or something. But maybe I would just go, okay, now I feel great.
Yeah, I feel good now.
I'm not sure that I would, but
yeah, it's
maybe I would.
Tough. The kill donkeys have weighed in a bit.
Ooh, okay.
Anna Sue Cool says, seems like therapy would have been cheaper. Yeah, he should have definitely been seeing someone since when he was little, probably.
Yes. Especially as a rich person. Like, okay, poor people shouldn't see therapists because they can't afford it. And they deserve to be miserable forever. But rich people...
He could have had a team.
Yeah.
Around the clock.
Yeah. At the very least... I mean, a man like that should be getting regular massages that are, even if they are not unlocking something mentally, they are physically, like, so much of your mental tension, like, manifests itself in physical tension. Yeah. And if you get, like, a nice massage, even that will unlock some of your pain a little bit in the brain.
Yeah, pain in the brain.
Pain in the brain. Pain in the brain.
And
Michael?
Go
ahead.
Before we go, Chad Ryden, our resident kill dog, he said he would have been shaken for a while, but he said somebody told him the game gives you what you need. And at different points, he thought that he needed empathy, humility, gratitude, to be self-reliant, and an appreciation for his brother and life in general. And he thinks he got that. And I agree. I think it worked out. He did.
I mean, yeah. He ultimately got the things that he wanted.
Yeah, in the end.
No, he ultimately got the things that maybe he didn't know he wanted, I would say.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he was sitting around going, wow, I really need to be nicer to my ex-wife. But she seems great. She seems like a real sweetheart, and he should be nice to her.
Well, yeah, when she calls, he's, like, weird because he doesn't want to talk to her, but he's also like, you've almost missed it this time. Like, he's almost, like, mad that she called late. Yeah. It's kind of...
Oh, so you're calling me, which I don't want you to do, and you almost didn't? Pretty weird, isn't it?
That's weird.
That you did that. Yeah, well... I don't know why I do this. Yeah, me neither, but also you almost missed it.
Yeah.
Michael?
Yes, sir.
I think I've told the entire plot. No, I haven't told the entire plot. I forgot about the even one more twist at the very end, twist ending.
Yes.
He goes to talk to this lady who she's got him all the way.
She got him.
The moment he saw that red bra, he was like, I like this. Yeah. I don't know what it is about this lady, but I just like her.
Yeah, there's something about
could it be the fact that she took her shirt off almost the moment we met? I don't know.
Could be.
And so he follows her to a taxi cab, and she invites him to go to the airport and have a cup of coffee. And you know what happens then, Michael?
The movie ends?
No. Jefferson Airplane begins to play again, and we say to ourselves, is the game even over? Michael?
What if when Sean Penn was signing that, he was signing a new game?
The game too. You just got gamed.
Yeah.
Michael,
Yes,
give
sir.
me your euros, please.
Oh my
you
gosh.
said you told me that you have 1,000.
Yeah, this is
lay them all
probably
on
the
me.
most euros I ever had. I just like the.
First, I'll say this: did you like this movie?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was a blast. Good. It is so. Okay. You have to completely buy into this.
Oh yes.
Company has full control over reality.
Yes, I think there is. Other than a few really crazy parts, there is some amount of believability in a lot of it, because a lot of times he is being led places.
True.
Like, through most of the beginning, he is following this girl to different places.
Yes.
Like, she is like, well, you have to get up there. Oh, well, just, hey, follow me. Like, he keeps following her because I guess they found out in the profile, like, he will just follow people. I don't know how they found that out, but he will just absolutely follow anyone down any alleyway.
Yeah.
And so he follows her almost anywhere he goes. And also, there are so many situations where the only option is to go in a certain direction.
True.
Where it's like, if someone's shooting at you,
have to go this way. And
there's one door, you go, well, I better run towards that door.
Yeah.
And also, she's the only one who knows where this building is and how it is laid out, so I have to follow her.
Yes.
So I will. Yes. Go on.
Yes, it's tricky, but for a movie, you go, okay, yeah.
Who cares?
When it's the main premise of the movie.
They've got $5 million. You can do a lot of shit with $5 million.
It's true. I really wonder. I would like to, if anyone's out there and just wants to donate $5 million to Food Court Movie Podcast, we will gladly accept, and we will see if we can recreate this for that price. We
will use $20,000 to try to recreate the game.
We just go,
and we are good people, and we will save.
Yes.
We will not give John any of the money because he is not on this episode and he does not deserve it.
Sorry.
So Michael and I will split $2 million each.
Yeah.
And the remaining 900,000. Wait, 980,000 or so. Yeah. And the remaining 980,000 we will blow. Like, we're just gonna get wild and just fuck around.
It's gonna be
buy
great.
Shit we don't even need. I'm gonna buy a bespoke suit.
I just hope I meet a lady with a red bra. That's all I want. I don't even have to see it, but if
Michael,
knowing she has it.
I don't know how to tell you this. Actually, I do know how to tell you this. Just very directly. If you have whatever half of $980,000 is, like $200,000, you can easily purchase a woman with a red bra, or rent one. And I'm talking really top shelf woman with a red bra. Clean.
Well,
totally clean.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably rent and free them from that life of being rentable.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
I just want to be friends with them, you know.
Or she could be a sex worker. She could be proud of it, and it would be fine to rent her.
Yeah. That's true.
Just for the night. Or for a few nights. Maybe like once a week.
A life.
Work it out.
Yeah, we're going to work.
We'll work it out.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be working.
Tell me your faves, Michael. Please tell me all of your beef lamb euros of this picture.
I'm getting a lot of euros from the Kill Donkeys, but
already?
We get to go first. It's our show.
This is our fucking show. Yeah. Hey, John Burr is great, and the other people are hosts.
Yeah, we're the other hosts.
Other people also host this podcast.
Well, okay, there were lots of euros, and there were also lots of other moments in this movie, but I'm only talking about the euros. All right. The look on Michael Douglas's face when the servers start singing Happy Birthday behind him, there's just like a wide shot of him staring at his brother. It's like so funny. A lot of this movie felt like almost borderline slapstick, like funny.
Yes.
And I really like that I love the idea of like a slick like thriller, but then it's just like goofy as heck. It's like really
he's great. Like throwing his briefcase at one point and stomping on it. It's like, yeah, it gets pretty silly.
It's great. Another year is
He gets like blue on his shirt, like
oh
his
the ink,
pen
yeah.
explodes, and he gets blue on his shirt. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, it gets pretty silly.
And when they jump into the trash cans, and then he
Yes.
gets out and he's like, table for two.
Table for two.
It's
It's
so
really
goofy,
good.
but it
Yep.
works because Michael Douglas. It's
He's
good.
good.
Um,
He's good.
a lot. Just the lighting again. I think the lighting was beautiful,
Yeah.
and the editing. I think this had my favorite editing of any of his movies. I don't know
Wow.
who the editor was, or if it's a
I don't
one
remember.
he uses a lot. But
I'm looking it up as you speak.
it was my favorite. It was like a lot of David Fincher feels more like rapid, maybe to me. Maybe just Fight Club. I don't know. But this had a lot of like slow, like fades and weird stuff. Like I love the slow mo racquetball scene and like all the different.
Yes.
It's just cool. It gets you into his like mental kind of isolation. It was cool.
Film editing by James Haygood. Congratulations.
Hey.
Also cinematography by Harris Savitas.
Hey James, you did good. In this.
Hey, jealousy.
There's just some great lines. Like one of my favorite lines. He's in the ambulance and the siren's going off, and he goes, "Is the siren entirely necessary?"
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. First he goes, "Is he breathing?" And then he says, "Is the siren?" All he cares is like, "Can you turn that off, please?" It's so good. Okay,
It's
I'm gonna
great.
drop in a euro in the middle.
Yeah, we should mix.
Let's mix some euros.
Mhm.
One in the opening.
Uh-huh.
This is probably my most favorite. Is like this kind of fake Super 8 opening of the movie.
Oh yeah.
One really good thing about it is that the dad looks a lot like Michael Douglas.
Yes,
I mean, he has kind of the same nose, which is like a very specific Michael Douglas nose, and he has kind of pointy, and it looks a lot like him.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of this kind of flashback slash memory slash movie, the dad like walks into the house, but the way it is lit, it's like really washed out in the front. So as he walks in the house, he just like walks into blackness.
Yeah.
And you just go, oh no,
something's going down.
I don't feel good about this.
Yeah.
But my most favorite part of probably the whole movie is right at the beginning. In this sequence, there's like a piano piece by Howard Shore, who did the music for this, and he did the Lord of the Rings, and he did a bunch of soundtracks for like David Cronenberg movies, which are just wonderful.
That's awesome.
Like his music for Scanners is just unbelievable. Always good stuff. And the thing I love about it, maybe most of all, and a thing I sort of wish there was maybe a little bit more of throughout the movie, is that it's like really emotional.
Yeah.
Like the music is really nakedly sad and emotional, and a lot of the music and a lot of the movie is not emotional.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sort of like, I mean, because the main character is not emotional, that is sort of the way that we see the movie is sort of through his lack of feeling towards all things. But it is nice, and also I think necessary, especially for the ending, for him to have like that beginning, which is this nakedly sad, emotional thing with his dad, and there's that really sad. I mean, even if it was in a different movie or it was played in different parts of the movie, might be a little too much.
True.
But like the fact that is like the first things we're introduced to, we're not really sure what's happening. Just this really sad, beautiful piano part. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I just love it so much. And I think without that piano, I mean the Super 8 fake Super 8 stuff really sells it, but I think without that piano, the ending doesn't work.
Yeah.
I think if we don't have that sad piano at the beginning, we don't even understand his emotion at the end.
Exactly.
Because like he is so emotionless for so long that I think if he like finally snaps at the end, we might go, I don't quite understand this. But I think for me at least, that like, oh, this is a deeply, deeply sad person who will not face it. Like that is where it is sold to me, is in that piano part.
Yeah.
It's just like this person just will never ever get in touch with the horrible, horrible feelings they have, and they've like stewed themselves in the house and everything. They have the watch.
Yeah.
Just like everything in their life is a reminder of their dead dad.
Crazy.
And it's just fucking awful.
And it's like,
yeah,
it's so cathartic at the end. It's like,
yes. Yes.
It's wild. He like became
Euro me,
his
Michael.
dad. Oh, okay. Euros. Nothing sad, but
lay some sad
just
stuff on
a lot of good bits. I love when they're trying to get away from the CRS earlier on in the movie, the first like chase, and it's right before the trash can scene. One of his shoes gets eaten by the dog.
Yes.
And he goes, well, "There goes $1,000," and she's like, "Your shoes cost $1,000." He just says that one did.
That one did.
So $2,000 shoes. That's
actually it cost $2,300. The left one is just $1,000 because that's easier, and his right foot, he's got like kind of a weird hammer toe.
Yeah.
So that one is $1,300.
And
I'm gonna slip in with a funny one.
Please.
This is another Euro.
Please.
He is talking about his ex-wife's new husband, and he says he's a pediatrician or a gynecologist or a pediatric gynecologist, which is just an incredible line. Yeah. So good.
I think this had some of my favorite lines of like.
It's funny
anything.
as fuck. It's like we've realized it more and more. All of his movies are pretty funny, especially considering most of them are about like murders and like the worst parts of people's lives. But they're very funny, exactly. And they deserve a lot of joy.
It reminds us to not sweat the small stuff and to laugh at our crises.
Lay another year on me, Michael.
There's a great bit where he goes to this hotel and he finds all these like Polaroids of like him having sex with a red bra'd woman.
Wink.
More than one woman can wear a red bra, but he assumes that it's the other lady.
I would too.
I mean, yeah. And then a housekeeper starts opening the door, and he runs, and it's just like this perfect perspective from the peephole. And he like slams the door, and she goes flying back.
She flies across the room.
I was like, holy shit. But I love that part. I was like, that's really good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sneaking in with another one.
Sneak.
What is his name again? I found his name earlier.
Oh yeah.
James Rebhorn, the guy, the goofball who is taking all of his information to CRS right at the beginning. They have a back and forth about. Oh, what is the word they have a back and forth about?
I don't remember.
The silly guy says the wrong word. I don't remember what word it is. It doesn't matter. What's important is that Nicholas corrects him, and then the goofball says, "Oh, I forgot, you're a left brain word fetishist." He gets him so good. Okay, go ahead, really Michael.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead.
I have two left.
I don't want to take a million.
So you do two more, and I'll do two more.
Okay.
Is that too many?
No, that's perfect. I love when he just met with his ex-wife and he's leaving, and he goes, "Can I borrow your yellow pages?" And it just rips it off.
Yes.
The phone. It's so funny to me.
Michael, I'm gonna blow your fucking mind.
Blow me.
That was one of my last two. So we shared one of the last two.
Wow.
And that's beautiful.
Well,
this is my. Now, I guess, last one.
Dang.
So at some point, and this is a part I didn't even mention, in the middle, Conrad has found his brother.
Oh, yeah.
And he's telling him that CRS is fucking him over, and he's fucking everybody over, and they're evil, and you gotta watch out, and they're gonna steal your money, and they stole all my money, and I paid him more to stop. You don't just stop pointing that gun at my dad. And he so they're out in the street. They've gotten a flat tire. CRS flattens tires. And they are arguing on a big beautiful stairwell outdoor. And they're yelling at each other about their past, about how Sean Penn / Conrad wishes that he was just accepted by his brother, and he's like, "You never, I did drugs." And Mikey, Nick, Douglas, Van Orton says, "That's not fair." They're yelling at each other, and a man comes out and looks at them, and Sean Penn yells at him, "Get back in your fucking house." That's just fucking amazing. So good.
It's fantastic.
Those are all my Euros.
Wow. I have many more, but I'm just gonna do one last one.
You can lay. You can lay even since I abandoned one of mine. You can lay two more.
Okay, I'll give you two more, and I'll do them extremely fast, and then I swear we'll do the Kill Donkeys.
They don't have to be fast.
Okay, I'll go extremely slow.
Go really slow.
My next hero. The game. Okay. There's just he's like losing it, and he's like forcing the actor guy to drive him into CRS and figure things out. And he's like under this like blanket or something in the back seat with a gun, and he just looks insane. And the guy's like says something about like, we can't get your money back. And he goes, and Michael Douglas goes, I don't care about money. I'm pulling back the curtain. I want to meet the wizard. And I was like, this is amazing. It's just really so good. I think his performance is like fantastic because he like,
he's so good.
He plays buttoned up really well, and then he just like comes apart amazingly. And then
falling down.
Yeah, and he did fall down in this movie off a building.
Yes.
And speaking of that,
they should have called this movie Falling Down. Well, it would have been a little bit on the nose, but
yeah.
Somebody needs to Photoshop that.
Yeah.
Just the cover.
Falling down.
Yeah. Okay.
Again. And my last one has to do with that. It's the actor guy. After he fell through the glass window, and he's like up, and he realizes it's a game. The actor guy comes up and he goes, "Thank God you jumped. Otherwise, I was supposed to throw you off." That's amazing. I like that.
And that is a good bit because it places everything else in a bit of relief where you go, okay, the reason it worked out is because there was a backup plan for each plan.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
good enough.
If you go, this is absurd, I don't understand it, or whatever, well, actually,
there's a backup.
What you don't know is that there was a backup plan. So even if it seems ridiculous, well, that's because there was a backup plan. And we don't know why or how they did all of it, but that doesn't matter.
It never matters. It's a movie. It's a game.
Michael, would you tell me some of the Kill Donkeys' most faves?
Yes. So
it sounds like they've got a lot of... First of all, I want to say, Kill Donkeys, those listening at home and those watching us live, thank you so much. We treasure your responses.
It makes it so much fun. It's like we're all hanging out. We all watched a movie together. It's like we have a little club going on here.
We got ourselves a book club, but for movies.
Yes, we may not have our star host, but the two lesser are still here to comfort you.
The hosts who merely exist. They take up space. They move forward through time.
Well, I have to say I like both of us better than John. And anyways, so I didn't write that review. And whoever did should die. No, just kidding.
JK.
It's a game.
It was a 5-star review, so we don't want them to die.
I guess.
Well, they already wrote the 5-star review.
Yeah, now
so...
who gives a shit? Okay.
JK.
Euros from the Kill Donkeys. Chad Ryden said, my favorite stuff, smashing his briefcase, toilet overflowing, and cab into river. All great.
Okay. One thing. Actually, two things. There are at least a few references to like classic paranoid thrillers. Mm-hmm. Fincher is a big Alan J. Pakula fan. Like All the President's Men is one of his favorite movies, and so there are references to Pakula and there are references to Coppola in this. When the toilet overflows, there is a very similar moment where like a bloody towel is thrown in a toilet in the conversation, like a bloody toilet overflows. And in the Parallax View, a Pakula movie, there's like early when Nick is watching these weird ass movies at CRS, and that just like says orgasm and then shows a lady's lips and then shows like a cobra attacking. There's a very similar movie that that is being watched in Parallax View.
I loved it. I thought that was great.
So if you enjoy the game, check out All the President's Men, check out The Conversation, check out Parallax View.
I just choked on some stuff. I was like, oh yeah. So that's why.
That sounds great.
Yeah. I'll be chilling.
Give us more Euros from the boys
Okay.
and the girls
All right.
and the people
Last
and the folks.
Euro from the Kill Donkeys is Anna Sue Cool said, favorite part, and maybe the part that made me realize the movie was going to be totally silly, is when she says she's not wearing underwear, even though she was at work wearing a skirt, and later she was wearing a bra.
Yeah.
I like that part too. I was like,
this is a good part for a few reasons. One, it is a funny joke.
Mm-hmm.
Two, like almost everything, it might be bullshit.
Yeah.
But also, three, maybe this is some kind of fucking weirdo who's not wearing underwear but is wearing a bra. We don't fucking know.
Yeah.
5, this is one of the weirdest parts about it. She's wearing a red bra with a white button-up shirt, and there's just no way on earth that this red bra is not seen through it. It's just humanly impossible.
Yeah.
Is just the most impossible thing.
I'm sure in those scenes she had a white bra, and then later
she must have.
that's what I was thinking about the whole time. I was like, "There's no way." Okay, red
There's
bra.
no way.
Really?
Just rewinding. Just
Yeah.
like, where's the? Oh yeah, she's wearing a red bra.
Yeah.
How come I can't?
Can we magnify that?
Yes, I'm gonna make $1 million just doing that as a video. Well, I was watching the game, and actually, there's no way she was wearing a red bra because there's a white shirt, and you would have seen the red bra or the shirt. And I'll get 50 million views, and it'll. Oh man,
It's gonna be
so stupid.
Yeah, it's gonna be
so
great.
Fucking stupid. Michael.
Yeah.
We are nearing the end.
Very
You can
close.
feel it. We've talked about all our favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about our low mains.
Oh.
I have already told you my main one.
Yeah.
But my general low main for the movie is I kind of wish that I liked him more.
Yeah, true.
And it's one of the things that maybe puts it a little bit lower on my Finch ranking.
That's true.
Is that I care about what happens to him in a general sense, as in like it is exciting to watch. I like this movie, and I like learning about these new things, and I like that more and more things happen to him, and they are sometimes increasingly insane. And I like the way that is all put together, but I don't like him very much, except for a few moments.
Yeah, I like him when he's crazy.
Yes, yes, I like him when he's crazy. And I guess by the end, and maybe this is by design because of the fact that he is inherently unlikable. Like he's just like a kind of a piece of shit. He's like rude to all waiters and waitresses. He's like just really rude to everybody. So maybe him being unlikable is built in. It's like part of what makes the movie, but it makes it a little bit harder for me to care about what happens to him.
Yeah, it's just like
I mean, there's some inherent caring because of like, oh, this is an exciting thrill ride and they're taking me through different things, but I don't necessarily care that it's happening to him specifically.
Yes.
Until closer to the end when like he opens up a little bit and you go, okay, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
I get why he's sad. But yes, that other than that, it's just like that's probably my main thing that I don't like about the movie. Is just like I don't feel much attachment to it emotionally. I'm not like, oh wow, this makes me feel a lot of things. It makes me feel no things.
Yeah, which is interesting because maybe since he's so cut off, we're seeing it through his view. Maybe that's why we feel like kind of detached from it. But
that may be true.
Could be a cop out as well.
And sort of one of the reasons that I love the kind of like overtly sad music at the beginning.
Yeah,
because it is like. This is a moment when I feel a lot, like because it is just the combination of the way the footage looks and the way the music is played and like the way he disappears into the darkness is like this is like pretty intense sad stuff and it makes me feel something. And then I don't feel anything really until the very end, like that catharsis I begin to feel again, but it takes a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's tough. I would agree with that. He's not a very likable at all, but it also works. My
Yeah.
main thing.
I don't need to like him.
Yeah, exactly.
To enjoy the movie.
It still works. It maybe works better. Who knows?
Yes.
I would.
If it was someone I liked, I don't know. It'd probably just be North by Northwest or something where it's like there's just crazy shit happening to someone who's really handsome and witty. Yeah. And that's fun, but a different movie.
Also, I mean, this could be very bad, but just with real life, I can never engage with a rich character in anything. No. I'm like, you're fine.
Yeah. Oh, your dad committed suicide? Well, just give yourself, I don't know, anything. You can buy literally anything.
Yeah. You could buy a new dad. Fine. You were saying how you can buy, rent women? I'm sure you can rent dads.
You can rent some old guy to hold you and say, son.
It's okay.
Hey, I'm sorry I jumped off the front of the house. First thing I gotta tell you, son, just sell this house. Stop living here. Yeah. It is self-flagellation. You're torturing yourself, and there's no reason to do it. I don't care about this house. I mean, it's just a house that you buy when you're rich to prove that you're rich. It's just a big house. Go buy some other house. Yeah. You live in San Francisco. You can buy literally any other $10 million house because every house costs $10 million in San Francisco. So just go do it, son. I love you.
Yes, sell that house. Get even more money. Get even more rich.
Thank you.
But my other thing is just, I think you kind of touched on it. Like some scenes felt a little kind of like, I don't know why this is. I mean, I guess they're to show you more like he's awful. He's firing this guy. He's not great. But I always have a bit of a problem with length in these movies. I'm like, because they're fun and exciting, but there's always bits where I'm just like, right. Like, I'm comfort. I get into the movie. This is fun, but
okay, I get it.
Let's wrap it.
Hey, David. Let's speed it up a little bit.
The worst was Benjamin Button. Nothing will ever be. I was like, please just end this nightmare.
Nothing's worse.
But my last one is the opening credits. Just have aged pretty rough. They were pretty goofy.
Yeah, the opening credits are like puzzle pieces. Crackling and coming apart.
Just put text on a black screen. It works. Yeah.
I mean, Fincher was and maybe remains just a fan of opening credits that are kind of silly.
Yeah, I guess so.
He just likes them. It works in 7. The 7 of
creepy.
The ridiculous opening credits are probably the best.
Yeah, they're freaky.
These ones in the fucking Fight Club, like... We're flying through a cell.
I hate the girl with the dragon tattoo, and I was like, this is goofy. Okay.
I love that it's so bad. It's kind of the same feeling, but the opposite feeling is like, this is the worst song, and these are the worst opening credits, but for some reason I love it.
That's great. Well, we had one more lo mein from the Kill Donkeys.
Oh. Okay.
Chad Ryden said he couldn't wrap his head around why he would bring the clown in his house. He was like screaming at the screen, like, if you have creepy shit in my yard, I'm not dragging a gross, weird Trojan horse into my home. Which I agree. I was like, I would never. A clown face down like my dad was would never. I'd be like, I'm not even touching that.
Yeah, this seems like a I'm going to call the police immediately situation.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like some rich white guy, you'd be like, oh, God, what if there's a black guy under there? Oh, fuck, I gotta call the cops fast. What if this is a trap by the liberals and they're trying to sneak into my house and take taxes?
Tax cuts.
They're trying to take away money from my billions of dollars and leave me with only billions of dollars.
Ooh, I did think I wanted to put Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk through this game so that they could like, oh my gosh, okay, I gotta bring this up. Elon Musk tweeted like, it's actually really hard to like do stuff with your money. Are you dumb? I mean, clearly not, but it's like you can literally just give your money away.
It's so easy. It's so easy to do stuff with your money.
Anyways, if you're listening,
so easy.
Sorry, but you are no longer a kill donkey, Elon Musk, unless you.
Hey, Elon Musk, if you're listening, you can solve hunger in America for like a few $1 billion. Like literally, you can solve it for like a few $1 billion. So
just do it.
Just spread a few $1 billion evenly amongst every food pantry in America.
Perfect.
And hunger is just immediately solved. you fucking asshole. Okay. We're in the home stretch.
Yes, we are.
You can feel it. We're rolling down the hill. We have to talk about a few things.
Yes.
One, next week, this is the Orange Preview-lius.
Ooh.
I haven't called it that in a long time, and I forgot we even called it that, but we are back with the Orange Preview-lius. The Orange Julius presents Orange Preview-lius. Next week, we are doing the final episode of Manksgiving Ranksgiving, where we are watching Zodiac. So that means we have to rank this film.
Yes.
Where does the game fit for you?
This is going to be a game changer because I know some people on this show didn't like this movie, but I think this is...
John doesn't love it. It's down around 9 for John.
Yeah.
I think it's a little higher for me.
This is my number 2. I loved it. I thought it was so funny and weird and great.
So what is number 1 again?
Panic Room.
Panic Room's number 1. Game is number 2. You are into the kind of like simple stripped down. This is just a fun movie.
That's my favorite. I think he does that the best. He doesn't need to do anything else.
You're right. I would say for me this is a Button, Mank, Alien 3, so that's not 8.
Wow. This is
I like it a lot. I like it a whole lot. But I think this is an 8 for me.
Dang, cruel.
And it could move. I mean, on subsequent viewings, I've definitely had viewings of this movie where I thought, this movie's fucking great. Today, I was like, this movie's great. But I wasn't like, this is a number 5. This is a number 8 for me.
Today, I just kicked my internet modem on accident.
Is it okay?
I was
so
excited by what you're saying. I just...
8? Fuck you. And I think the average of 8 and 2 is
4.
Is it 4?
I don't know.
Can't be. Is it 4?
I don't know.
Yes, I'm gonna say it's 4. Wait, 8 and 9. What is the average of 8 and 9 and 2?
It's 5.
Yep, it's 5. So the game sits at 5.
At 5.
We're not gonna probably remember that by next week, but
I have no understanding.
No clue.
Yeah, aside from one and this one, that's all I remember.
Yeah, I mean that's all we need to remember because it's all very arbitrary.
Who gives
Are
a
we
shit?
really ranking? Are we really ranking them? Who knows? Probably not.
Does it even matter?
Does our opinion on a movie have any bearing on the movie itself?
Nope.
Probably almost none.
0, yeah.
Probably 0. Maybe a not 0, but just a nearly 0, like a point 0.00000000000. And there's like a 1 way at the end of a bunch of zeros.
Yeah.
So next week we are watching Zodiac. So watch Zodiac.
Okay.
Join us if you want to watch us on Twitch. We are live on Twitch every week at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. If you don't want to join us on Twitch, most new you don't have to, but most new episodes arrive on your favorite podcast app Friday or Saturday. So subscribe on iTunes or whatever. Google Play.
Play us.
Does that exist?
Sure.
Maybe Audible. Are we on Audible? I don't know. Amazon Music. That's one potential place where it might be. I haven't checked, but just search for us. We mentioned at the beginning we love reviews. We only accept 5-star reviews, and the cool thing is within the review you can say whatever you want to about us, as long as the review is 5 stars. And that's all that matters, I think, for the algorithm.
And please...
The algorithm is all that matters.
Oh, yeah. We gotta please that little robot freak. Just pleasure its little cunt.
Wow.
Robo
Can
cunt.
we say that on the show?
I don't know. I'm saying it now.
Okay. I mean, you clearly did.
I have got to say, I would like a review about us. How we're the best hosts, and there's another host who shows up when it's convenient.
Yeah. give us one of those. Before we go, I have two more things to say. One,
Uh-huh.
if you are listening or watching and you have a movie that you want us to
Sure.
watch, please let us know, because we are nearly at the end of David Fincher movies, and after that we will be
Oh,
lost.
yeah.
Because just for months and months and
Chaos.
months, it seems like years, we have been watching David Fincher movies, and we have not needed to think. So soon we'll have to think about a movie. We've had a few suggestions, which you can weigh in on if you like.
I like.
A few people have told me watch Tenet and talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
A few people have told me watch Possessor
Ooh,
and
creepy.
talk about it. So those are both options. If you like those and are listening or watching, tell us.
Yes.
Or give us a movie that you want us to watch. We love watching stuff that you want us to watch.
Yeah, I don't want to watch like Wonder Woman 84, but I would if enough people voted for it.
Yes,
but
we don't want to, but there is something enjoyable about forcing us to watch something that is bad. Yeah. And we understand that there is an inherent joy in that sort of torture, sure. And we get it.
Thank you.
But the only other thing I have to say is thank you so much for listening to the show. Yes. Michael, thank you so much for everything you do and for being on the show.
Thank you.
And on behalf of the late, great Michael Hampton, and on behalf of myself, the late, great Sean